A few months ago, I enrolled in a weekend surf school for women called Women in Waves. It's held in the Cornwall region of the UK. They offer weekend surf schools on a monthly basis. You can check out their website in the description below. They cater to women, obviously, and they have beginner lessons as well as progressor lessons. So I flew out for the weekend from the east coast of the US. Lodging is not provided, but there are plenty of hotels and campsites in Newquay, which is the town in Cornwall in which the surf camp is held. This was my second time surfing in Cornwall. We met up right next to Fistral Beach, which is one of the most popular surfing beaches in Cornwall. I surfed here last year with little success. It ended up being extremely windy with some pretty strong rip current, as you can see here. We were separated into beginners and more progressor beginners or intermediate beginners. The surfers in the purple shirts were beginners, and then the ones in blue were more progressor beginners. I chose this over a week-long surf school because I didn't think I had the stamina to keep up with a week of surfing, plus I just don't have enough time off for that. I highly recommend this weekend camp with Women in Waves. They have a lot of different programs as well as surf schools that are more of a week long around the world. This weekend camp was about $300, so if you live in Europe or on the east coast of the US or Canada, it's just a short flight. So some things that I learned in the surf camp were to look where I'm going when I surf. I know that's kind of the first thing you're supposed to learn when you surf, but I haven't been doing that, so that's probably why I still suck. I really started practicing my right turn and getting better at that. I also was taught how to punch through a wave. I do turtle roll a lot, which is fine. One of the surf instructors told me I could actually punch through the top of a wave, and so we started doing that. I started taking on some bigger green waves. I think they're about 4 to 5 feet, and that was pretty exciting. I've never caught a green wave that big. I'm perfectly happy getting a 6-inch green wave. Okay, so we wrapped up the first surf lesson yesterday. It was great. It was really in-depth. They really went over your form, like critiquing your form in a good way, constructive critique, of course. And then they split up, so we took breaks, which was great. That surf was some of the most powerful surf. I think it was the most powerful surf I've ever been in. It was really intense, and I normally wouldn't go out and surf that intense. The waves were huge. Once we got out back though, so the wind was offshore, it was going away from the beach, so it was easy to paddle out. And then as soon as we paddled out, there was like, I swear the wave was like 8 feet. And the instructor was like, yeah, go for it. And I was like, nope. And so this other girl did, and she caught, I mean, it was huge, it was, yeah. And she just, it was a really good group. Everyone was really supportive and encouraging. And a lot of the women said, yeah, I've been surfing for years as well and haven't progressed, or I have a hard time catching waves, you know, I get psyched out by it. So it was really good to be around that, and everyone was just so nice and friendly. I do find that one of the qualities of British people is they're more reserved and quiet, but still very friendly and polite. Very well behaved. Even the dogs here are well behaved. Like, people have their dogs off leash, they bring them into regular shops. Anyway, I'm going off here quite a bit, but yeah, today the surf's supposed to be bigger, but less wind, hopefully. Yeah, yesterday was just super windy. It was so crowded. Hundreds of people surfing, lots of boogie boarders. Instructors had to tell the boogie boarders to go back to their section because they have flags. The rip current was so strong. I'm talking like when we'd catch a wave, your board would get pulled to the left. It was just crazy, and then the board would tip, like you're trying to stay on top of it, and the board would just tip. So I caught a bunch of waves, and I caught a bigger wave too at the beginning until it got too crazy, so they brought us in, and we were catching like the white water, the whitewash, which is just the crumbly waves. And we were just on 8-foot foamies. I'm gonna start off today, and we're gonna go till, I think we only surf for really 4 hours, but it's not continuous, it's like an hour session, and then get out and stretch and everything. So hopefully we'll catch some bigger waves today. We went to a smaller, more protected beach for the second day, and this was so much better. We caught so many green waves just constantly. This girl was always so happy. It was just wonderful to see her surf because she was just constantly just having a fun time. I really wish I had gotten like the Instagrams or YouTube channels of some of these other students. Some of them were doing van builds, and it was really interesting. One thing the instructors told me was to reposition my hands so they were facing forward. I tend to throw my hands out to either side of my body. I have a lot more confidence now to charge on bigger waves, if you want to call it that. And also we're advised to stick closer to the peak when taking off, the peak of the wave that is. Also, I can't believe what a beginner I look like with this form, but the current was just so strong and I was really trying to keep on the board. And yes, I do like to ride the waves all the way to shore. So after each day, we would do video analysis afterward, which was extremely helpful. They also went over how to read waves, tides, and the Surfline app. For more surfing content, including warm and cold water surfing, please like and subscribe. Thanks for watching.